For some reason, it didn't film the other one, and I went through probably 3, 4, 5, I think 5 rolls, but I didn't get any silver during those, which is a good thing considering I didn't get, any footage for that. So let's hope this one works better. I still have Sassy with me helping. And I went through 2 more while I was waiting for that one to upload. Okay, look, nothing in that one either. Can you see those okay? Yeah, I guess you can. So we'll keep going. Probably somebody already hunted these, but she said that they'd been in their vault for about a month. So, who knows? I wonder why they were sitting in the vault so long. Why wouldn't they have already sent them to the mint or whatever it is they do with them? I should probably move over here so you have the same angle I have. I'm moving. I think that might work a little better. Hopefully my hand isn't blocking. Ah! Okay, let's make sure we have them all now. So much for moving, right? All right, nope, nothing in this one either. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, still $10. Just making sure I didn't lose one down there under this boulder. My husband found this boulder in the yard. It's got all kinds of, what would you call them on there? Fossil imprints on them. So we call it our 10 million year old coffee table. It's pretty cool that he has all these toys like a lot of men do. Backhoes and things like that. He likes to do that type of work. I'm not sure what kind of an angle you're getting here. Is my hand just blocking everything? Guess I need a tripod for this. And again, nothing. Still nothing. Oh well, we'll keep trying. Keep hoping. I hope some of them have. How many do you think I'll get out of $500 worth? How many dollars do you think might be actually silver? I don't know. What's the odds on these things? Anybody know? Does anybody do this on a regular basis? I know there are people that do because I watched a few videos, but I haven't watched them in a while. Quite a while, actually. So I don't know. But it's fun. It's fun to watch. A little bit of excitement. I find metal detecting much more fun. But, you do what you can. Nothing there. I just got back from visiting my dad. I think I told you that in the other video, but I'm not sure. He lives in the Fort Lauderdale area. So I went to Deerfield Beach and did some detecting. I did not find anything good this time. Back in July, I did find one earring. I think it might be a 18 karat gold. I can't remember. And this time I found a gold earring, so I thought. When I got it back to my dad's house, I looked at it with my phone because I can't see that small writing. And it's actually sterling 925. And I can't remember the maker mark on it, but I have a picture of it somewhere. I think I haven't even put it on Facebook yet, but I do have a picture. Ooh, is that one? Oh, I think we got one. Does that look silver? I think we got one in there. Let's see. Let's see what the year is. Oh, no. I think it's just super shiny. Now, 2022. What a... Be careful what you say, Donna. But I saw that and I got all excited. I thought, ooh, of course, it was the wrong color silver, but right in the middle there. So 2022s also look like silver, but there's just a light colored tint to it that gave it away, I guess. All right, let's get that one back. That was exciting for a whole second, wasn't it? It's like metal detecting when you dig something up that looks gold and then you see, oh, it's rotting or rusted. Or, it definitely isn't gold once you get it out of the ground good enough to see it. But it gets your, what do they call them? Heartbreakers and heart stoppers. All right, we're getting low again. Let's put some more up here. Okay, let's get more from here. I'm probably a third of the way through right now, getting close to a half. Well, closer to a half. Almost half. Let's get more out here. All right, that looks like about half right there. Let's slide this down and get those out of here. A little maintenance. There. All right, let's try again. All right. Hopefully there's at least 2 in this whole box, right, Sass? I love you. My granddaughter's coming tonight. I'm excited to see her. I haven't seen her in a week. Can we miss that little munchkin? She's my joy. No silver there either. Nope, none. Yeah, maybe this one's already been hunted. What do you think? Think it was hunted before they brought it in? No idea. No. We will keep trying. We'll keep trying. Keep hoping. Let's see what time it's getting to be. 4:07. Okay. Nope, I don't see anything in there either. The silver does jump right out when it's in there. So, well, I can't think of anything else to talk about. It is, what is the date today? I think it's August 29th. Well, I might as well tell you. Let me get in here first. That kind of looked silver, but no, not silver enough. Careful, Sassy. Don't knock my boxes over. 77. Nope. Anyway, on Facebook, I happened to see one of these advertisements for investing. And I decided I was just going to check it out and see what it was like, you know. And so I looked at it, and they want you to do everything through WhatsApp instead of regular messaging. I'm not sure why. But when I did it, it turned out to be pretty interesting. I started with just a couple $100, you know, because I figured, it's a scam, you know, they're just trying to get me out of money. And you don't give the money to them. They give you stock picks, and they tell you a limit buy price. So you buy in at that limit price, and then they give you a limit sell price. And of course, they want you to invest a heck of a lot more money than you do, or than I did. Okay, no silver in this batch. But, so I did one trade with them. I think I only put $300 in, and I made, I think it was 13% on that trade. Held it for a week, and then sold it the way they said. You know, set up the limit buy, set up a limit sell as soon as I bought it. And when it sold, I ended up making 13% in a week. The next week, they did the same thing, told me what to buy, you know, what the limit buy price would be, and to hold it for roughly a week. This time I went with 1,000 because I thought, you know, I did good last time. Let's give it another little shot, see what happens. And it worked out really good. The day before they gave us the limit sale price, they suggested putting more money in. So I did. I put in another, I think, $700. And they told us today what the limit sell price would be. I put it in there, and it all sold. So on my first investment I made, I'm trying to remember exactly what the percentage was. I shared it with my brother. It was in the 30s, though, something like 31, 32%. No, it was higher than that. Excuse me. It was like 43%. The second investment, the second extra money I put in, I ended up making, I think it was 16%? No, maybe 13%. But averaging the first week and the second week, I ended up with 31% on my investment. So I got something like $500 and something on a $1,700 investment. So that was really nice. Oh, crap. See, I'm thinking, and I just ended up putting that thing right back here. I don't know which one it was. You know, maybe I will end right here so I don't do that. Who cares if I do the same one twice? If it's the same one twice, just let me know. But I did want to mention that investment thing on here at some point. If you stayed with me long enough to hear that, if you want to know what it is, contact me down below. And I'll find out if it's okay to let you in, because they do want you to share with your friends, but I don't know if they want you to, like, you know, advertise on YouTube or anything. So I'm not really sure yet. But if you're interested, let me know, and I will let them know and see what they say. But yeah, I let my brother in on it, and he made some money too. He just did it like 3 days ago. He didn't make a lot because, again, like me, skeptical, you know, only put in a little bit of money. But he made some money, so he was very happy with it. And of course, we're both doing, what do they call it? Illusions of grandeur, thinking, wow, we might not ever have to work again. We might be able to just invest every week, make some money, you know, and not have to go to work anymore. Make that be our job. Wouldn't that be awesome? I don't know how feasible that is, especially on the little bit we're investing. But I figure every time I make more money, I'll invest that as well. So that way I don't end up losing money, even if it all goes down south. It'll feel like you lost money, but it won't really be, since it's not actually my money. It would all be gains. Well, I guess it's still my money, but just the same. Wouldn't be my initial investment anyhow. It would be just the gains. See how that comes out. And hopefully it just keeps continuing to do so. Maybe I'll even do a video on it. Again, I have to check and make sure, because I don't want to get thrown out of the group because it's just too good. I'm making money and I'm happy. And that's more important than, seeing if I can share it on YouTube. Because, well, looking out for number one and my family, of course. But, So it's not that I don't want to, just I don't want to take a chance. I'll have to ask the people first. Oh, what is that? That one looks strange. Oh, it's just really smooth. It's so smooth on the edges. Somebody must have played with that a lot. I don't feel the ridges on there at all anymore. But there's no silver in there. Anyhow, so that's that. And I have seen other ones on Facebook doing the same thing. And what they talk about basically is the trading volume. I've been watching their videos, not videos, it's chats. It's a chat with pictures, with photographs, explaining how to read the market and read the volume. And honestly, it's above my head. I don't really understand it. I'm trying to. But then I figured, well, as long as they keep giving us the winning stocks, I don't need to understand how it works. All I have to do is just spend my money, right? Not spend, invest. And I know there's good and there's bad. I think on the record they showed us, out of the last roughly 10 or 15 they made, only one of them went south. The rest were all profit makers. So those are odds I can certainly live with. So that also reminds me not to invest at all, just a little at a time. Let me see. Oh, that looks promising for a second, but no, that's probably a 70 something. They tend to have a little more silver, 71. Yeah, I think it has a little more, but nope. There's another smooth one again. Somebody's been running these ridges, probably in old 50-cent slot machines, right? Maybe they won these at Atlantic City at one point in time, and maybe back then when they won it, the machines call out the silver. That's why there aren't any silvers in here. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, we're getting down. I'm already past half and I haven't found one yet, so not a waste of time though, because at least I got a video out. I haven't been doing that very often. We just changed some of the custody. What's the words? Not we, but my son and his ex-wife just changed some of the custody, so I'll be getting a little bit more free time than what I had before. So I babysit my granddaughter while he works, because I'm recently retired. Well, semi-retired. I work part-time as a school bus driver now instead of full-time. It just seemed to work out because my granddaughter's young, and this is the time to do the bonding while she's still young. Once she gets probably around 10 years or so, she's probably not going to want anything to do with any adults, yet alone her grandparents. So now's the chance to get involved in her life and make memories, make some bonding. And, you never know how long you're going to live, so it works good. When I was at the park with her in Saratoga, where I live, when was this? Right before hello, baby girl, before I left to go to Florida and see my dad, I met another woman. Her name is Kathy, and she does metal detecting. She was there with her granddaughter. And she lives in Malta and also has a camp up in Lake George. And she has invited me and Emma to come up. Emma can play with Emmy. And we can just chat and stuff. And in the days I don't have Emma, we can go out and we can do some metal detecting. Apparently she's been doing it for about 20 years. So I'm sure she has some really good techniques, or she could teach me a thing or two. And we have some fun. Lake George is a beautiful place. And if you have a camp ride on it, that means she's in a spot where probably nobody else is detected, because it's a camp, so who knows? Might be something awesome there. And still, nothing here, not a single silver. I hope my chattering isn't annoying or bothering you, but I would be bored just watching without something to listen to. And I know I probably told you a lot more than you ever want to hear. But it is what it is, you know. You can always mute it while you're watching me open these, right? Muting is always an option. Sometimes I do that on some of the videos I watch because I just don't like to hear them talk, or they just go on and on like I am. I'm not interested in what they're saying. Very few of them, though, because most of them are talking about metal detecting, and that is something I'm very interested in. Just checking this one out. I know it isn't 1971, but, you know, I'm getting hopeful here. It's like when you're metal detecting and you're thinking you've got a 19 on the Equinox 800. I don't know what the 900 rings up as yet. I'm still working on it. I haven't found an Indian with my 900 yet. But with an Equinox 800, they ring up around a 19, which is also the same as a zinc penny, which is strange. I don't understand why those numbers are like that, but they are. I'm having trouble getting this one back in. But where was I going with that? Oh, when you get a 19 and you're digging up a penny and you're hoping it's an Indian, and it's not, and you just keep looking thinking, oh, well, maybe it's an Indian, you know, because it's full of dirt and it's crusty or whatever, but it's not. So that's what I'm seeing here. I'm thinking I'm seeing something good because that's what I want to see. But, you know, getting this all done today, that means I can get it cashed back and stuck back in my bank account tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, because this is Labor Day weekend. So Tuesday, or whenever I get the chance again. Let's get this open. Not, oops, what's that? No, is it? I don't know. That one looks strange. What's that one? Nope, 77. Nope, still nothing. Not doing well here. I'm down to about the last third, I would say. I haven't got much opportunity here to get something good. But we're going to keep trying. Tell you, it's a lovely day. After being in Florida and 90-something degree heat, it was like 97, 98, 99 every day. I still went to the beach every day with my dad for a couple hours. It was hot, but it was fun. It was exciting because you just don't know what you're going to find. But the waves were huge. I thought I was in Hawaii. The waves were so giant. And there were actually people out there surfing. But I couldn't really get into the water because it was so rough with those giant waves. But I did do the, what do they call that? Where it breaks on the shore. You have a little bit of water there. And it made my machine chatter like crazy, like, you know, kind of like a Garrett would. But, so I didn't really do much in that part, but I just stayed mostly in the dry sand. I found, what did I find? I'm trying to think what I found. I found a couple pieces of jewelry, nothing, you know, really good. Let's see, what's that, 74, that looked really good. Nothing really good. Like I said, I did get that one silver earring that is gold plated or has some kind of gold on it, but it's a 925, so it's probably plated. But that had me fooled. I thought for sure that was a gold earring, and I did bring my mother's ashes with me again. We did our detecting together because I always told her I wanted to go metal detecting on the beach with her, and we just never made it in life. So I take her ashes with me every time and hope they bring me good luck. But either way, it's nice to be with Mom and think about her. Anyway, I want to get off Mom because that'll make me sad. Because, well, you know, if you've lost your mom, I don't think that's something you ever get over. She was always my best friend. And I guess she still is. Because nobody's replaced her yet, you know, and I doubt anybody ever will. Which is a shame, but, you know, is what it is. All right, off of that. What's the next subject? Actually, I'm getting tired of this already. Is this still recording? Oh, good. Wow, 19 minutes. No wonder I'm getting tired. That's a long time. That's a long video. I think I will have to do another video. Nothing on this one either. On that investment. I'm going to call it an investment club because that's what it seems like. You know, the people all chat together and, you know, we talk about our investments and how much we're making and how happy we are. And it's just really awesome. And I did offer it to both my boys because they do encourage you to invite your friends. And my boys weren't really interested, which is too bad now that I see it's doing well. I might talk to them about it again in the future when they have a little more cash to invest because the youngest son just got married, so they had a big wedding. It was beautiful, but it did cost a lot of money. So Hopefully it won't take them too long to get that all paid off. They paid most of it, but, you know, they did have to borrow a little bit for the rest. Not too bad, though. And they seem to be very happy. They went to Europe on their honeymoon. And that was really nice. I was glad they got to do that. And now they're back. They just recently got married in June. And it was, like I said, it was just beautiful. It was a beautiful wedding, and her dress was drop dead gorgeous. I've never seen a dress as beautiful. So whatever she paid for it, it was worth it because it was gorgeous. But anyway, I guess that's it. She's a really lovely girl. Hopefully we'll get to be close in the coming years. And I won't go any more into that. But it would be nice. It would be nice to have a daughter. You know, one that I can hang out with like my mom did with me. That would be lovely. But at least I have my boys, and they're both pretty close with me, one more so than the other. But it is, you know, it goes back and forth. It's so funny. The one I'm close with now wasn't the one I was close with just a few years ago. They just go back and forth. Guess it all depends on what's going on in their life. But as long as they're happy, that's number one, right? That's all I care about. The rest will come. All right, let's see. We need some more of these. We're almost done. Wonder if this video is too long. Let me see. Let's get the rest of these out so we'll know every one I put back in has been done. All right, we're down to the wire here. Need to get some silver here. How many of these go in a row? There. Close enough. We'll figure that all out after. I just wanted to get it straightened out. You still see okay? Come on, silver. I can't believe there's not a one in here. Not one yet. Holy moly. Well, it was interesting. It was fun. And it's cleaner than metal detecting. I don't have to charge my equipment. Well, my phone, so yeah, I guess I do. I'm just hoping that my hands aren't blocking everything, that you can see okay, and that it's enjoyable for you. Because like I said, I've watched a few of these, and I don't know, they're okay. I like it when they move fast, you know, instead of tying you up for forever looking at whatever else they're showing you that isn't coin rolling, coin roll hunting. Come on, baby, let's get some silver. I don't really think I'm going to find any silver. I think this was probably hunted once already at one point, but let's see. That one looked promising, but no. 71. Why do the 71s look so good? Watch, someone's going to come down here and comment on the bottom, well, the 71s have a lot of silver. Go back and find them. Honestly, unless it's really good and really valuable, I'm not going back through this whole batch again to get those couple of 71s. How many were there? 4 maybe so far? Not really even sure. Lost track. Oh, the flowers in the yard are so beautiful, especially all those, what are they called? They're called poppers or jewel plants. They're the real pretty little orange flowers. They're everywhere. They're weeds, actually, but they're so pretty. I always let them grow. Well, mostly I let them grow as much as I can. But yeah, there's so many pretty plants in here. I love the summers up here in upstate New York. I love all the flowers. I just wish we could keep them all year. Having trouble getting this one back in. That happens a lot. But the flowers are beautiful. I'm not a big fan of winter. I don't really like the cold, and I don't like not having flowers and greenery around me. So I really enjoy flowers, so much more so than I did when I was younger. Probably because I don't have a beach around. I dig a beach more than anything. Dig, listen to me, 70 speak. Now there's another one that looks funny, so that's probably a 2020, 2022, 71. What is up with these 71s? They must have some good silver content. That's all I can figure. I don't know. Maybe it's a fluke. Who knows? But every time I've pulled one out that looks like it might have silver, it's a 71. Have you noticed that? Wonder if that happens with other people's coin rolling too, or if it's just me. But when I'm metal detecting, that's how I determine whether or not a coin I pull up is silver. Because I can't see the date unless I put glasses on. Okay, nothing in this one. But you can tell by looking at the edge because they stand right out. They look almost white. They're so pretty. And when you find them in the water, they're purple, a real purpley color, like a, I can't even describe the color. I don't know what shade of purple it is. Faded silver purple. It's really a pale purple coppery color. It's really strange. It's hard to describe. But if you've watched any beach videos, beach metal detecting videos, whether it's a lake, freshwater, saltwater, they all tend to look the same. And the rings that come up that are silver look like that too. They have like that dark purpley color. They're cool looking though. And they do clean up beautifully, really nice, assuming, you know, it's not a mess thing. And the coins, they say not to clean them anyway, so I don't clean my silver coins. But I do clean my silver jewelry, I find that's, you know, purple. Because I like to wear a lot of the jewelry I find. Especially that one gold ring I found last spring. Nicest gold ring I ever found that I didn't have to return. The only one, I found one class ring in my career so far. It was about 2 years ago, I think it was. And it was from the high school I graduated from. And the gentleman was, how many years older than me? I think he graduated 3 years before I did. And his name was in it. And tracked him down on Facebook. And did get the ring back to him. So that was pretty awesome. It was a wonderful feeling. Very nice feeling to be able to do that. But, oops, okay, nope, that's not. It was a nice feeling, but what would have been really nice is if it wasn't a class ring, it was just a big old gold ring, weighing the same and worth, at that point when gold was cheap, $500. It was like 15, 16 ounces, not ounces, excuse me, grams. It was so heavy. It's the biggest ring I've ever found. But I wish it was just a regular gold ring, you know, 14 karat like that. Oh, wow, that would have been my best find ever. So hopefully I don't find any more class rings. One was enough. Just wanted the experience of doing it once. And what happened with it, what's funny is it rang up a 19 on my Equinox, which is the same as a penny, you know, either a zinc penny or an Indian penny. So I assumed it was a penny when I dug it up. I didn't expect a big gold ring. But, oh my gosh, it was so exciting to find. It really was. Very, very exciting. It was on a cold February morning. It wasn't freezing, though. It was raining. And it was during, Saratoga Springs has something called a Chowder Fest in February. And you go from restaurant to restaurant that participates. And they used to give them to you for free, I think, at one point. But now you have to pay for each sample, which kind of doesn't make it any more, you know, as fun. Because it costs a lot. Everywhere you go, you have to go like 10 different places to get enough to even fill you. And at that point in time, you've paid $10 or more for a little bit of chili. It's crazy, but it's still tradition and they like to do it. I've only done it once, gone to the Chowder Fest. But I digress again. I was back metal detecting. So I was on my way to, where was I going? I don't remember exactly where I was going, but not where I ended up. I was going someplace else and I took a shortcut and I happened to notice these sidewalks. They had the curbs that I like, you know, with the old stone. I don't know if it's granite, not granite, maybe. But these old stone curbs that stick up out of the ground instead of having cement. And for whatever reason, I just pulled over there and started detecting. And it was like, I wasn't there long at all. I think it was maybe 15 minutes into my hunt. I hit that and it was right next to the sidewalk, right next to it. So that was really an exciting day. And I didn't stay too much longer because it started pouring shortly after. And in February, even though it was a warm February, soaking wet pouring rain is cold. And I was freezing, so I decided to go home. And of course, I made a video. If you want to hunt for it, it's here somewhere. Or I guess I could put a link in here, but I probably won't. I'm not real good at that. I'm not one of your best YouTubers, unfortunately. Hold on, what's going on here? Yep, I just lost you. Ah, crap. Okay, let's see. Answer.